best times. We'll never be so happy again. Never. Members of the urban underground and opposition party leaders climbed the mountains to meet with Fidel and work out the details of a future coalition government.
The manifesto of the Sierra Maestra called for a democratic republic, a return to the Constitution of 1940, free elections. I don't think he signed it intending to honor it.
Fidel realizes that he has his army and his people, who have nothing to do with the politicians among whom he once belonged. He discovers in those sallow, ill-humored, illiterate peasants the true meaning of a revolution, which is to subvert society, to take the people from the bottom, everyone, and create something new. That old idea of Lenin, that you must destroy the state, he understands it, and now he knows who he can destroy it with.
The handful of guerrillas who had survived the disaster of the Granma grew into a rebel army. Fidel commanded with an iron hand.
People began to notice that Fidel demanded obedience, that he was not very likely to consult, that he wanted to take decisions on his own and wanted others simply to comply.
I remember Fidel once scolded a guerrilla fighter. He was so brutal, so obscene, so humiliating. I would stay up in my hammock thinking, what will happen in the future? Then I would see Camilo, Che, obey Fidel, and admire him so. And I would ask myself, am I the only one who doubts?
In the summer of 1958, Batista decided once and for all to get rid of Fidel Castro, deploying 10,000 soldiers against 300 rebels. Within 30 days, they had encircled Fidel's forces, but they were now deep in rebel territory and vulnerable to attack. Fidel's strategy was simple. Like ping pong, he said, you hit them where they least expect it. Earlier that spring, the United States, embarrassed by Batista's brutality, had suspended military assistance to his regime.
It created the perception that, one, the Cuban army could no longer effectively fight the guerrilla movement up in the hills. And secondly, from a political perspective, it sent a signal that the United States no longer supported Batista.
But Castro, who since his days at the university had resented the American presence in Cuba, found the gesture to be meaningless. Once this struggle is finished, I'll begin the real struggle of my life, he wrote Celia in June of 1958. The fight I will wage against the United States. I believe that is my true destiny. In August, rebel forces left the mountains and fanned across Cuba. Fidel ordered Camilo Cienfuegos and Che Guevara to move west. Ubermatos took the surrender of Santiago de Cuba. Che Guevara blew up an armored train in Santa Clara and took the city. Batista's demoralized army crumbled. December 31st, 1958. Cubans rang in an uncertain new year. At dawn, Fulgencio Batista fled Cuba, with 180 of his closest friends, having amassed a fortune of over $100 million. On January 2nd, 1959, Fidel Castro and his rebel army set out from Santiago de Cuba toward Havana, a 600-mile triumphant march along Cuba's central highway. Fidel spoke at every stop. Broadcast live on radio and television, his words reached every corner of the island.
There is the feeling that something genuinely